Stop scrolling. Yes, you. Before you jump to the next video, I want you to sit with one wild thought. What if your money has been listening to you this whole time? Not metaphorically. Literally. Every sigh when you check your balance. Every, I can't afford that. Every joke you make about being broke. It's all been recorded, not by your phone but by the universe itself. Because money has ears. And it's been taking notes on how you speak about it. Now, before you laugh that off as just another manifestation cliché, hear me out. This isn't about crystals or wishful thinking. It's about energy management, vibrational communication, and the sacred law Florence Scovel Shinn called the game of life. See, every word you speak about money becomes a command. You're either inviting it closer or pushing it further away. And most people don't even realize they've been repelling wealth with their own conversations. They talk about money like it's an unfaithful lover. It never stays. It always leaves me. It's hard to find. And the universe? Ever the loyal assistant, simply nods and says, "Your wish is my command." So today, we're not going to chase money. We're going to retrain it. Like a loyal, loving energy that responds to the tone of your voice. Because the truth is, money doesn't respond to effort. It responds to energy. And if you've been speaking in the frequency of fear, doubt, or lack, you've been teaching your money to hide. But not anymore. Because after today, you're going to learn how to talk in the language of abundance. The language that makes money lean in and listen. So take a breath. Forget what your bank app said this morning. Forget what's due tomorrow. For the next few minutes, we're going to change how you and your money communicate. Forever. You know, it's funny. We humans talk to money more than we realize. We just don't do it consciously. Think about it. Every time you say, "I can't catch a break," or "money goes faster than it comes," you're basically telling the universe, "Don't even bother trying." And the universe, being obedient to vibration, simply nods and says, "As you wish." You see, money doesn't understand logic. It doesn't respond to your effort, your long hours, or your spreadsheets. It only responds to energy, the frequency of what you believe and what you speak. And for most people, their money language is static, filled. It's full of worry, sarcasm, guilt, and complaint. Imagine you had a friend who constantly called you a problem, who blamed you for their stress, and who only talked about you when you were missing. Would you want to hang out with them? Of course not. Money feels the same way. Here's the truth nobody told you. You don't have a money problem. You have a communication problem. You've been talking to money like it's a burden, and then wondering why it never wants to stay. When you say things like, "I'm broke," the energy you emit isn't a description. It's a command. You're instructing the universe to make it true. Every word about money carries a vibration that either invites or rejects abundance. Every, "I can't afford that," becomes a small barrier in your energetic field. Every, "I wish I had more," sends out a signal of lack instead of gratitude. And what happens when you vibrate lack? You magnetize more lack. Florence Scovel Shinn called this the law of substitution. Whatever thought or word you plant in your consciousness grows roots in your reality. The soil doesn't judge what you plant. It simply multiplies it. So, If your daily conversation about money sounds like a complaint choir, your harvest is going to sound exactly the same. But don't beat yourself up for this. We were raised in the language of scarcity. We heard it at home. Money doesn't grow on trees. We saw it on TV. Times are tough. We even learned to joke about it. I'm so broke I can't even pay attention. And those phrases, innocent as they seem, became scripts that your subconscious memorized. And now, every time you open your wallet, your subconscious presses play on that same old recording. That's why no matter how hard you work, how much you save, or how many side hustles you start, the results never seem to match your effort. Because the words underneath your effort are working against you. It's like trying to call someone on speakerphone while music blares in the background. The message just doesn't go through. Your money can't hear you, clearly through the noise of fear. But here's the light at the end of the overdraft notice. Money never truly stops listening. It just tunes out until you change the station. And once you start broadcasting from the frequency of gratitude, ease, and confidence, money perks its ears up again. It starts showing up in unexpected ways: refunds, gifts, discounts, opportunities, miracles. Because the universe doesn't reward effort, it rewards alignment. And alignment starts with one simple shift. Change the way you speak about money. When you bless it, it blesses you back. When you mock it, it hides. When you call it with love and authority, it comes running. So, before you try to earn more, attract more, or invest more, fix your money conversation. Because abundance doesn't start in your wallet. It starts on your lips. Now that you know why your money stopped listening, let's talk about how to make it sit up. Lean in and hang on your every word. Because money, darling, is fluent. It understands tone, emotion, and belief. It doesn't care what you say, it cares how you vibrate. So, let's begin retraining your speech. Not in fake positivity, not in hollow affirmations, but in conscious, commanding language that carries energy and authority. Step 1. Retire the language of lack. For the next week, I want you to become a quiet observer of your own words. Every time you catch yourself saying, "I can't afford it. That's too expensive. Money is tight." Stop. Don't judge. Just notice. Because awareness is the start of alchemy. Then replace it. Not with fairy tale lies, but with empowered truth. Instead of, "I can't afford it," say, "I'm choosing to attract this with ease and divine timing." Instead of, "That's too expensive," say, "I love seeing examples of abundance around me." Instead of, "Money is tight," say, "Money flows to me in perfect rhythm." Notice the shift. Each replacement opens a door where the old one slammed it shut. And the universe doesn't need doors. It needs openings. Step 2. Speak from abundance. Not about it. You've been trained to speak about wealth like it's something outside of you. But wealth responds when you speak from it, as if it already lives inside your vibration. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Man's word is his wand." So when you speak, don't describe your life. Don't say, "I'm trying to be debt-free." Say, "I am free in divine law, and my outer world is catching up." Don't say, "I hope money comes soon." Say, "Money is already on its way, and it knows my address." You're not lying to yourself. You're retraining the field around you to match your truth. See, your words are not wishes. They're frequencies. And the universe is not emotional. It's mathematical. It calculates what you speak and multiplies it. Step 3. Mirror practice. Here's something simple but powerful every morning. Look into your own eyes and speak your wealth aloud. Yes, literally. Say, I am a magnet for divine abundance. My words are rich, and so is my life. Money loves the sound of my voice. At first, it might feel weird. Forced. Your ego will whisper, this is silly. But your soul will smile and say, finally. Because when you speak wealth to your reflection, you're not trying to convince. You're commanding. You're showing the universe that you're ready to see yourself as prosperous. Step 4. Stop using money. As a punchline, humor is powerful. But energy doesn't get sarcasm. When you joke, I'm broke, or I'll never be rich, the universe doesn't laugh, it takes notes. So be playful, yes, but never self-sabotaging. You can still be lighthearted and abundant. Try this instead. I'm so wealthy in joy. The money's just catching up. Because wealth loves playfulness. Just not pity. Step 5. Command and listen once a day. Speak this simple command: money, I bless you. Flow to me with ease, stay with me in peace, and multiply through my hands for good. Then pause, breathe, and listen. Because sometimes abundance doesn't come as a paycheck. It comes as an idea, a nudge, a quiet whisper saying, call this person. Or try that opportunity. When you speak clearly, your intuition, the interpreter of divine wealth, starts talking back. And that's how abundance begins to move. Remember, you can't trick the universe with words you don't feel. You must become the vibration behind what you speak. So, when you say, I am wealthy, don't mumble it. Say it like you mean it. Like the law of your being depends on it. Because it does. Your words are the architects. Your beliefs are the blueprints. And your vibration is the builder. So, speak like the millionaire your soul already is. Now, here's the part most people miss. Money doesn't only listen, it talks back. And when it does, it doesn't sound like a voice from the clouds or a booming choir of angels. It whispers through synchronicities, through timing people, numbers, and nudges. The universe responds in language that only tuned hearts can hear. You speak your intention, and then the universe replies, not with words, but with winks. Let me give you a few examples. You say, I'm ready to receive. And suddenly, an old client reaches out. You affirm, I'm open to new income. And someone mentions a side project that fits you perfectly. You declare, money flows to me easily, and your forgotten tax refund magically appears in your account. Coincidence? No, darling. Correspondence. Florence Scovel Shinn said, nothing stands between man and his highest ideals but doubt and fear. When you drop the doubt and speak faith, the universe rushes to fill that space. That's why after you start changing your money language, you'll notice strange, beautiful patterns appearing everywhere, receipts adding up to repeating numbers. 111, 888. Someone giving you a discount by accident. Finding money in an old jacket pocket. Bills being smaller than expected. All tiny whispers of reassurance saying, we heard you. You see, money doesn't come because you need it. It comes because you match it. The law of correspondence simply means, as within, so without. Your outer world mirrors your inner vibration. If you think in panic, you attract problems. If you think in peace, you attract possibilities. So, when your language changes, your reality follows like a shadow. The universe is a mirror, not a genie, not a judge. It simply reflects your strongest broadcast. If you say, "I never get lucky," it agrees. If you say, "Money loves showing up for me," it agrees faster. The moment you replace complaint with command, everything around you begins to rearrange itself in obedience. Here's what happens next. Right after you begin speaking the language of abundance, you might feel like nothing's happening. This is the echo phase. It's when your new words start bouncing through your old vibration. Things might look still for a while, but behind the scenes, energy is moving mountains. Think of it like yelling into a canyon. At first, there's silence. Then your words come back to you, multiplied and magnified. Your job during the echo is simple. Don't change your tone. Keep speaking as if it's already working, because it is. Faith is the silence before the sound returns. Let me tell you a true story. A woman once told me she'd been drowning in bills. She'd tried every budgeting app, every savings plan, every hustle. Nothing worked. Then one night, she heard the same truth. Money listens when you speak abundance. So she decided to test it. Every day for 7 days, she said aloud, "I bless every dollar I owe, and I command it to return multiplied." By the 5th day, she received a message from her credit card company. A refund on overpaid interest from 2 years ago. By the 7th, her boss announced unexpected bonuses for the whole team. She laughed and said, "It's like the universe was waiting for me to stop whispering fear and start declaring faith." And that's exactly what it was. When she changed her tone, her money heard the signal and returned home. The universe has perfect hearing, remember this. The universe doesn't make mistakes with your vibration. It's not ignoring you. It's interpreting you. If you've been speaking lack, it gives you lack. If you start speaking wealth, it begins aligning every cell of your reality to match. So, when small signs start showing up, a gift, a compliment, a surprise opportunity, don't dismiss them. Say, "That's money talking back." The more you acknowledge those whispers, the louder the universe replies. Because gratitude is the volume knob of manifestation. In simple words, money is alive, not emotionally, but energetically. It listens. It reacts. It learns from you. The question isn't whether it's listening. The question is, what have you been teaching it to hear? And if today you decide to speak the truth of your abundance, you'll start noticing your reality echoing those very words. One miracle, one opportunity, one coincidence at a time. By now you know money listens. But like any relationship, it needs consistency. You wouldn't tell someone you love them once and then ignore them for a month, right? The same goes for your relationship with abundance. If you want money, you must learn to communicate with it daily. Not through panic, but through partnership. So, let me give you a simple 3-part ritual that anyone can do. No crystals required. No candles necessaries, unless you like them, of course. All you need is your awareness, your voice, and your willingness to believe again. Morning, the declaration. Before your feet even touch the floor, pause. Don't check your phone. Don't check your balance. Check your frequency. Take one slow, grounding breath and say, "Today, I command the flow of abundance." Money is my friend and my ally. Everything I give returns multiplied. I am open, I am ready, I am prosperous. Don't just recite it, feel it. Smile while you say it, because that smile is a frequency. Your morning tone sets the rhythm for the entire day. If you start in gratitude and command, the universe tunes itself to your station. You'll begin noticing little alignments, like receiving exactly what you needed, a refund, a sale, perfect timing. Event that makes you go, that's not coincidence. That's calibration. Midday, the conversation by noon. The noise of the world starts creeping in. Emails, bills, tasks, pressure. And suddenly, your abundant morning feels far away. That's when you pause for a midday reset. You can do this anywhere. In your car, your office, even while waiting in line. Simply place a hand over your chest and say quietly, "Money, I see you. I bless you. You are always circulating around me. You thank you for your loyalty, your movement, and your flow." This one line turns anxiety into alignment. It reminds you that wealth isn't a future event. It's a living conversation happening right now. Florence Scovel Shinn called this flipping the script from worry to worship. You stop worshiping the problem and start praising the solution. The key is gentleness. Speak to your money like a trusted friend, not a hostage negotiator. No begging, no fear, just recognition. That recognition keeps your vibration open, and open channels receive faster. Night, the gratitude command now. Here's the most powerful part. Your nighttime money ritual. Because right before sleep, your subconscious mind is most impressionable. It's the perfect time to place an order with the universe. So, before you drift off, whisper this simple command. I am grateful for the abundance that has already arrived and the blessings that are preparing to meet me. My debts are dissolved in divine substance. I sleep in peace, knowing money is multiplying while I rest. Feel it as you say it. Imagine your words floating into a vast, golden current, a river of divine energy that carries your intentions to the right places. Then, let go. No worrying, no checking, no analyzing. Faith means trusting that your vibration has already done the work. When you wake up, don't rush to check for proof. That's old energy. Instead, check how you feel. That calmness you sense. That lightness. That's wealth taking shape in your frequency. Optional add. On it. The 5-second blessing practice. Every time you spend or receive money, even a single coin, say this silently. Blessed and multiplied. That's it. 2 words. They turn every transaction into a vibration of gratitude. Because when you bless what leaves, you make room for what's coming back. Tenfold, the truth behind this ritual. This isn't superstition. It's alignment. When you create daily consistency, you train your energy to expect prosperity. And expectation is the mother of manifestation. These small moments, morning declaration, midday conversation, night gratitude, work like tuning forks. Each one resets your frequency to harmony until wealth stops being something you chase and becomes something you are. You're no longer begging for blessings. You're breathing them. Let's get real for a second. You can say all the affirmations in the world, burn every sage bundle in the store, and still feel broke if your energy is doing the exact opposite of your words. Because words are like paint, but energy, that's the canvas underneath. If the canvas is cracked with fear, guilt, or shame, no amount of verbal gold leaf will hold. So, let's talk about the 5 biggest energetic mistakes that quietly push money away, and how to flip each one into a prosperity magnet. Mistake 1: speaking gratitude, but feeling panic. This one's sneaky. You say, I'm grateful for what I have, but deep down, your stomach's tight and your mind is running math problems at 2 a.m. That mismatch. The words say thanks, the energy says help, confuses the universe, and when you send mixed signals, it sends mixed results. So what's the fix? Before you say anything about money, breathe first. Put your hand on your chest and let your body settle. Then say, I choose gratitude because I trust divine timing. That single line dissolves panic. Now your words and your vibration are finally playing on the same team. Mistake 2: using money as a mirror for self-worth. If you've ever looked at your bank balance and decided how lovable or smart you are based on that number, you're not alone, but you are off track. Money is not a report card on your value. It's a reflection of your current alignment, not your eternal worth. The moment you say, I'll feel worthy when I have more, you block the flow. Because you're telling the universe, I'm not enough right now. And the universe always agrees. Flip it by saying, my worth is fixed. My finances are catching up to my truth. Say it often enough, and you'll watch your outer world rise to meet your inner conviction. Mistake 3: worrying as a full-time job. Some people treat worry like cardio. They think if they stress long enough, they're doing something. But worry is just meditation on what you don't want. You can't outwork fear with more fear. Instead, replace every worried thought with this quick reset. Even now, everything is being rearranged in my favor. It's not denial, it's direction. You're reminding your subconscious who's in charge. Mistake 4: guilt around receiving. Oh, this one's big. Most people don't know how to receive without flinching. A compliment, a gift, a payment, and suddenly they go, oh no, you shouldn't have. Stop it. That's like rejecting a divine delivery. When you reject small blessings, you tell the universe you're not ready for bigger ones. So, from now on, your only correct response to abundance is, thank you. I receive that fully. Practice this until it feels natural, because receiving is not greed, it's grace. Mistake 5: apologizing for wanting more. Let's end with this one. The subtle habit of shrinking your desires to make others comfortable. You say things like, I don't need much. I just want to get by. But the universe takes you literally. If you only ask to survive, it won't send enough for you to thrive. Florence Scovel Shinn once said, you must speak what you desire until it manifests, even if the whole world laughs. So, stop apologizing for wanting more. Your desire is not selfish, it's sacred guidance. Replace, I just want enough to pay my bills, with, I welcome overflowing prosperity so I can bless others easily. See the difference? Same goal, higher vibration. A quick recap for your energy check. When money feels distant, don't panic. Check your energy. Are my words calm, or are they frantic? Do I feel worthy right now, or am I chasing proof? Am I open to receive, or secretly deflecting blessings? Because your energy answers these questions faster than your words do. You don't attract what you say. You attract what you mean. And when you finally mean abundance, it stops running and starts orbiting. You like a loyal planet. Let's be honest. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a mental programming problem. You can do all the affirmations, work hard, and set goals, but if your subconscious still believes you're not the type to be wealthy, it'll quietly hit the brakes every time you start to move forward. Because here's the truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe you deserve. Your subconscious mind is like the quiet accountant of your life. It records every thought, every emotion, every belief about money you've ever absorbed. Maybe as a child you heard, money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. Those statements didn't just bounce off. They became financial operating codes in your inner software. So now, even if you consciously say, I want to be rich, your subconscious replies, no, that's not safe. That's not who we are. That's why you might earn money and then lose it, save it, and then spend it. Attract opportunities and then self-sabotage. You're not broken. You're just programmed to return to your familiar financial frequency. But the good news is, programs can be rewritten. Step 1: identify your old money script. Before you can upgrade your inner system, you need to know what script it's running. Ask yourself, what did my parents or caregivers believe about money? What phrases do I still repeat when I'm stressed about bills? How do I feel when someone else succeeds financially? Inspired or secretly tense? Be brutally honest, not judgmental. Awareness isn't punishment. It's power. Once you know your script, you can begin rewriting it line by line. Step 2A. The theta reprogramming window. Your subconscious is most open when you're between waking and sleeping. That drowsy, floaty state where your logical brain takes a nap. That's called the theta state, and it's your secret door to effortless reprogramming. Here's how to use it every night before bed. As your eyes grow heavy, whisper a new belief like it's a lullaby to your brain. I am safe with wealth. Money multiplies in my hands easily. I was born to thrive. Repeat it softly, slowly, like a mantra. You don't need to force belief. You just need repetition. Because your subconscious doesn't argue with repetition. It absorbs it. After 21 to 30 days, you'll notice something remarkable. Your emotional reactions to money begin to shift. The old panic starts fading. The guilt gets quieter. And opportunities that once scared you start feeling normal. That's when you know the programming is taking root. The step 3D imagination is creation. Florence Scovel Shinn said, imagination is the scissors of the mind, constantly cutting out the picture of your desires. When you visualize abundance, you're literally editing your inner reality. So each morning, after your declaration, spend 2 minutes imagining the scene of your wealth already realized. See yourself smiling as you check your account, sending payments easily, giving generously, receiving joyfully. Feel the calm, the gratitude, the ease. Don't just picture it. Live it in your mind. Because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined. It simply says, oh, this is the new normal. And then rewires your habits, energy, and focus to match. Step 4. Make abundance automatic. Here's where it all comes together. Once you've changed your language, outer command, and your subconscious beliefs, inner program, you start living in alignment. And alignment is the frequency where money moves freely. At this stage, You'll notice you stop chasing. Ideas flow faster. You feel lighter when spending. You attract without trying. Wealth becomes your baseline. That's when you know your subconscious has flipped from struggle to surplus. You've gone from efforting to allowing, from commanding to embodying. A simple 3-minute subconscious reset. Try this quick exercise every night for the next week. Close your eyes and breathe deeply 3 times. Say aloud, I now release every belief that contradicts my abundance. Then declare, my subconscious is now fully aligned with wealth, peace, and overflow. Visualize yourself surrounded by a soft golden light. See it filling your body, your home, your bank account. Whisper, this is my natural state. Then sleep. That's it. No overthinking. No pressure, no analysis. The subconscious works in silence. All it needs is your permission. When you master your subconscious, you don't have to manifest wealth anymore. You simply remember it. Because prosperity was never outside of you. It was waiting underneath all that old programming. Ready to rise the moment you said, I am ready to receive. Let's flip the perspective for a moment. You've been trying to trust money. But have you ever asked if money trusts you? It's a wild thought, right? Imagine money as a living energy. A loyal but cautious friend who only flows where it feels safe. If money were a person, would it feel comfortable around your energy? Would it feel welcomed, respected, appreciated, or nervous, judged, and ignored? Because here's the truth most people miss. Money doesn't come to the most talented. It comes to the most trustworthy. And trustworthy doesn't mean hard, working, or lucky. It means energetically stable. It means you've built a personality that money feels at home with. Trait 21E. Calm under chaos, wealth loves calm. Because calm is proof of faith. If you panic every time a bill arrives, you're sending a signal that says, I don't trust the flow. And the universe never sends more through a blocked channel. So train yourself to be calm when others would crumble. When an unexpected expense shows up, take a breath and say, thank you for reminding me how powerful my supply truly is. That one line turns panic into partnership. You're telling the universe, I trust the process. And when you trust, more comes. Trade it to I'm confident. Not cocky. Confidence is magnetic. Arrogance is repellent. The difference? Gratitude. A confident person says, I know I can create wealth. An arrogant one says, I don't need anyone. The confident soul is open, generous, teachable. They understand that prosperity is a team sport between them and the universe. They lead with humility and expect miracles. Not because they're entitled, but because they're aligned. Say this daily. I expect good because I am good. That's not ego, that's energetic permission. A trait pen 3. Generous in spirit, you can give the universe. Every act of generosity is a declaration of trust. When you give with joy, even something small, you prove you're not afraid of lack. And that's when abundance chases you. But generosity isn't just money. It's your time, your attention, your words. Bless people freely. Compliment often. That open-handed energy creates open-door miracles. Florence Scovel Shinn said, giving opens the way for receiving. She didn't mean charity. She meant circulation. Money is like blood. It needs to move to stay alive. Trait Quint 4A. Emotionally responsible. This one's subtle but vital. Emotionally responsible people don't dump their moods on their money. They don't spend to numb pain or save to feel superior. They treat money as a partner, not a prop. When you become emotionally balanced, your financial life starts reflecting that balance automatically. Remember, money amplifies who you already are. If you're peaceful, it multiplies peace. If you're chaotic, it multiplies chaos. So make emotional regulation your wealth strategy, because calm minds create clear opportunities. Trait Pine Fivi. Visionary thinking. Prosperity personalities think long-term. They see beyond the invoice and into the impact. They ask, how can this money multiply love, freedom, beauty, and service? They don't chase dollars, they command purpose. And purpose always pays. When your intention is clean, your results are fast. Say it often. Everything I earn serves a higher good. Watch how your income begins to align with integrity. Trait Fate 6 Say. Joyful detachment. Now here's the secret sauce. Prosperous people don't cling. They enjoy money, but they don't worship it. They can spend without guilt and release without fear. Because they know money is a guest. It comes where it's celebrated, not where it's suffocated. When you release neediness, you open the door for miracles. Next time you pay a bill, smile and say, I'm so grateful this energy is moving through me. That's joyful detachment. Spending from peace, not pressure. Trait Point 7. Consistent believer. This is the final and most powerful trait. Consistency. Anyone can have faith on payday. True prosperity begins when you can have faith on the 1st and the 15th, even when the numbers don't yet match the vision. You keep blessing, you keep commanding, you keep showing up as if abundance has already said yes. Because it has. Faith is the bridge between invisible wealth and visible reality. And consistency is what keeps that bridge from collapsing. So become the kind of person money trusts. Calm, confident, generous, grounded, joyful, and consistent. When you embody those traits, money doesn't just visit, it moves in. You don't attract what you chase. You attract what you mirror. When you become the vibration of prosperity, the universe has no choice but to match it. You stop needing proof, because you are the proof. You stop begging for blessings, because you become one. That's the prosperity personality. That's who you truly are beneath the fear. The version of you money already trusts. By now, you've learned to command, to calm, to align. But let's bring this wisdom to life. Because theory inspires, but stories transform. Each of these stories carries a simple truth. The moment you speak with authority and faith, the universe moves, sometimes quietly, sometimes shockingly, but always perfectly. A young woman once told me she was drowning in bills. Every morning, she'd check her bank app, sigh, and whisper, please, just let me survive this month. Sound familiar? One day she decided to try something different. Instead of pleading, she commanded. Every morning. As she stirred her coffee, she declared, money flows to me in perfect, surprising ways. And I receive it with joy. She didn't change jobs, didn't get a lottery ticket. She just shifted her tone. Within 2 weeks, her boss called her in, not for a warning, but a raise. And that same week, she got a refund from an old overpayment she'd forgotten about. Now here's the fun part. She still starts her mornings that way, stirring her coffee like a wand, whispering blessings into her cup. Because it wasn't the words that made the miracle. It was her command behind them. This one makes me laugh every time. A man had been hit with a surprise parking ticket he couldn't afford. He was furious, pacing, ranting, cursing the city, the car, the whole situation. Then he caught himself mid-sentence and remembered the law. You attract what you affirm. So he took a deep breath and said, I bless this ticket. The universe will balance it in divine order. That's it. He didn't meditate for an hour or light a candle. He just blessed it and let go. 2 days later, he got an email. The ticket had been dismissed due to an administrative error. Coincidence? Maybe. But as Florence Scovel Shinn would say, nothing stands between man and his highest good but his own doubt. Then there's Maya. Laid off unexpectedly, rent due, panic setting in. She had sent out dozens of resumes. Nothing. So one night, she sat on her bed and said, I now align with the perfect position that values me and pays me abundantly. Then she did something radical. She stopped chasing. She spent the next morning walking in the park, feeling gratitude as if she already had the job. That same afternoon, she got a call. A company she'd applied to months earlier suddenly had an opening, and they said, we don't even need another interview. We've seen enough. If she started the next week, higher pay, better hours, perfect timing. When she told me the story, she said, it felt like the universe was just waiting for me to relax. Exactly. The law always works, but it can't deliver while you're holding your breath. One of my favorite modern miracles came from a man named Carlos. He owed thousands in credit card debt, so much that even minimum payments felt impossible. But instead of spiraling, he began a nightly command ritual. Each night before bed, he said, in divine substance, all my accounts are paid in full. He said it calmly, like a CEO reviewing a completed report. Within a month, one creditor offered him a settlement for 40% less. And out of nowhere, he received a work bonus equal to the exact amount needed. That's divine math. The law of instant adjustment balancing the books. A single mother once told me she had only $1 left in her wallet. Instead of crying, she held it up and said, you are blessed. You multiply now. For she tucked it into her vision board and went to bed in peace. The next morning, she checked her mailbox and found a small check. A refund from an overpaid utility bill. Was it luck? Or was it energy responding to certainty? The answer doesn't matter. What matters is she never looked at a dollar the same way again. That's the power of respect. When you treat even one coin like a king, the kingdom follows. There were once 2 wallets, side by side in the same store. One belonged to a man who said, money always leaves me. And the other belonged to a woman who said, money always finds me. Guess whose wallet was full at the end of the week? The same bills, the same opportunities, but opposite beliefs. Because in this universe, your words are your wealth account. What you say daily is your direct deposit. These stories aren't fantasy. They're demonstrations of divine law responding to confidence, not confusion. Every time you bless instead of blame, command instead of complain, laugh instead of fear, you shift reality itself. The universe listens. It rearranges. It obeys the voice of faith. And if you keep speaking wealth with conviction, it won't just visit your life. It'll move in, unpack its bags, and start decorating your days with opportunity. You are not waiting for miracles. They're already waiting for you to speak them into form. Here's the secret most people never learn. Abundance isn't a one-time manifestation. It's a rhythm. And once you find your rhythm with wealth, life stops being a struggle and starts feeling like music. The universe doesn't just want you to experience prosperity. It wants you to embody it, to breathe it, speak it, live it, daily. So let's close this journey by creating your daily ritual of wealth command. A simple, powerful 3-part practice that enters into your morning, midday, and night. A morning, set the frequency. When you wake up, before you reach for your phone, you're standing at the door of creation. Your subconscious is still soft, still open. This is your first moment of magic. So before your feet touch the floor, say aloud, "Today, everything flows in my favor. Money loves me, finds me, and multiplies through me." Then smile, even if your mind tries to argue. Smiling signals trust. You're telling your nervous system, "We're safe in prosperity." As you get ready, speak abundance into simple acts. While brushing your teeth, say, "I speak clean words about wealth." While getting dressed, "I am clothed in confidence and success." When you step outside, whisper, "The world is my marketplace of miracles." You've just tuned your entire frequency before breakfast. And that vibration attracts opportunities all day long. Midday, stay in flow. By afternoon, life starts testing your peace. Emails, bills, traffic, unexpected noise. That's the universe checking. Can you stay abundant under pressure? This is where most people lose their alignment. They let small stress steal their large vision. So here's your midday reset pause. Touch your heart. Say quietly, "Even now, everything is unfolding in divine order." If money crosses your mind, whether it's a purchase, an invoice, or a paycheck, bless it. Say, "Every dollar I spend circulates back to me multiplied." That one line keeps you from slipping into scarcity. And if you're having a hard day, say with a grin, "Looks like the universe is just upgrading my patience and my paycheck at the same time." Laughter neutralizes resistance faster than meditation. Remember, joy is your most magnetic currency. Night, command and release. Nighttime is sacred. It's when your mind hands the steering wheel to your subconscious. So this is when your commands matter most. Before bed, light a soft lamp, or just sit in the dark. Breathe deeply and forgive the day. Whatever didn't go as planned, release it. Then whisper, "I bless this day. I release all worry. I trust divine balance." Next, speak your wealth command. "My accounts are balanced. My path is clear. My wealth flows with grace." Visualize your life surrounded by golden light. See your home, your wallet, your future glowing with calm abundance. Whisper, "I sleep in prosperity. I wake in miracles." Then let go. Because when you release, the universe begins to rearrange. You've placed your order. Now you rest while creation cooks. Bonus practice. The 5-second wealth reframe. Throughout your day, you'll still meet old thoughts. Fear, guilt, frustration. That's okay. Don't fight them. Just reframe them in 5 seconds. When fear says, "What if I lose it all?" What if it doubles? When guilt says, "I don't deserve this," answer, "I'm expanding so I can give more." When scarcity whispers, "It's too late," answer, "I'm right on time." That 5-second reframe resets your vibration instantly. The universe doesn't care what you used to believe. It responds to who you're being now. Now the ritual summary is the morning command. Speak your intention before the world speaks to you. Midday, maintain. Bless money in motion, stay calm under chaos. Night, rewire. Forgive the day, declare prosperity, and rest in faith. Repeat this rhythm for 7 days, and you'll feel lighter. Repeat it for 21, and your financial reality will start shifting. Repeat it for 90, and wealth will no longer be something you manifest. It will be something you are. You are not trying to become wealthy. You're remembering that you already are. Every thought of gratitude, every word of command, every act of calm confidence is you tuning back to your original frequency, the frequency of more than enough. So tonight, when you close your eyes, say this: doesn't need to prove my power. I'm already living it. Then rest. Because from now on, prosperity isn't your goal, it's your identity. And money, it will keep coming home to the person who finally stopped chasing and started commanding with peace.